Hey guys, this is Jenna with Hill Valley Farm, and we have another birth announcement to make. So here she is. Hill Valley Fly Me to the Moon freshened on the 153rd day of her gestation with a single doeling. That is pretty scary when you have a doeling in there for that long. And see, she was born at not even 24 hours ago, and she's trying to mama surf. So, anyways, she is a big, strong doeling. She is so beautiful. We think she is a Swiss buckskin combo. Buckskin is a pattern, a coat pattern, and Swiss is a coat pattern. So, Moon here is Swiss. She is Swiss from her sire, Vista Oaks Rocket. And little girl here, her sire is Hill Valley DeLorean, who is Sky's son. Sky and Blessings at HT Legends are made, Star B. So DeLorean is considered buckskin, even though he's super flashy. And so we think that he threw the buckskin in, Moon threw the Swiss, and it's a combo. So anyways, really want you to see I have waited for over 2 years for this little girl because I have been wanting Moon to kid and freshen, and I mean all the things, as like since she was little bitty baby, because I just loved her that much. Moon is out of Corey's Fancy T Elfwin. I think she's 3-star M, VEE plus 88. She was scored when she was dry, and Vista Oaks Rocket. So this is somewhat of a line breeding on Vista Oaks Rocket, being this is a doe out of Rocket. So that's a daughter, and the sire is a grandson out of Rocket. So she is just literally everything I could ever want. Her ears remind me so much of Sky. They're little and short, and they were last night sitting on top of her head. It was so cute. I don't know if you can. She has blue eyes, and she is just absolutely stunning. So I am thinking that she is not going anywhere. So we will be retaining her, mainly because, when you have, this is the first daughter out of DeLorean. So when you get your daughters out of your bucks, you really need to kind of watch them and see if you have the space. And so this year, obviously we've kept some, but we haven't kept as many as we did last year, which is a good thing, because, you don't always want to keep that many. Look at how pretty you are. And so anyways, we really didn't want to keep as many as we did last year. It's a lot. And so, I don't even know how many we've kept so far. Let's see, 3, 4, might be at 7 now. And last year we kept 10. So, if Lila has a doe, that's the last one to kid of the year, we will most likely keep that, but other than that, that'll be it. We have some kids available, obviously. We are, it's not the best market this year. Any breeder will tell you that. However, ours have been selling pretty well, and it's not been super hard. And so we're very blessed, I feel. So if you're looking for a doe or a buckling, or a doeling, we have some. We also have a couple that are available as pets, just because that happens, one thing or another. And we just feel like they would be better off as pets. So we have that available as well. But this little girl ain't going anywhere. So I have decided to name her Hill Valley D. I'm a Believer. And Imma is going to be spelled IMMA and then Believer. It's like the song, but we're going to call her Imma. And I'm just, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about her. So it's really fun when you take a breeding that you know, a doe that you bred and put her with someone, and you put that much thought into it, and it works out. So obviously she's super young. I do not know if she will, I don't know what she's going to do, but I'm hopeful. So I'm a believer. Anyways, also, Moon's udder is just absolutely gorgeous. I know you can't see it right now, but her fore udder yesterday was just probably the best one I have seen in our herd. So I'm really excited about getting a feel on her and taking her to some shows this year. That's going to be really good. She is a 2-year-old first freshener. Obviously, it's ideal if you can freshen them when they're yearlings. But she wasn't, her dam is very, short and kind of small, elf one. But, so she wasn't, always a bigger doe. And so it took her a little bit to get to the point where, I felt comfortable with her width and weight to get bred. And then she ended up not taking a couple different times, and so that was frustrating, but she finally did take, and she, like I said, it was totally worth it because she had just a beautiful doeling. And she is like a doting mother. As you can see, she loves her baby, so we're so happy for Moon. Now, we did have Elf One in here with Moon throughout her entire labor because Moon is so attached to Elf One, and so that was good. But once the baby was born, we had to move Elf One out because they're not always very nice to the babies if they're not the mother. And so you just kind of got to watch that. So anyways, we just had Elf One go back with the herd. And of course, Moon is completely preoccupied now because she's got her baby. So now, I talk about, singles and long gestational births, or long gestational periods. A gestation for Nigerian, I know you've heard me say it before, is 145 to 155 days. Our average for the does to go live pretty much around 147 days. So for her to go a full 153 with a single doeling, that was incredibly worrisome. I didn't know if she had a single. I couldn't really tell when I would feel. I thought, well, maybe I feel two, but there might be just one big one. Well, there was one big one. So anyways, that just means that a single is going to be bigger than two babies. That's just how it is. And so singles are always bigger. We don't love it when they have singles for a couple different reasons. One is, obviously, they come out and they're real big. And you got a first freshener here like Moon. It's concerning. The other thing is when they're nursing, it's more likely for the doe to get a one-sided udder. And so, we got to watch that, which is fine. That's actually not a problem for us because we milk twice a day. So she's going to be starting this evening, getting on the stand twice a day. And we will, obviously watch her udder. Baby's got the hops. We'll watch her udder and make sure that it is filling and she's not taking too much out of one side versus the other, because the last thing you want is a lopsided udder, like one side bigger than the other. That's never ever ever a good thing. And so a lot of people think, oh, the baby's born, it's eating, I'll look at her occasionally, but we start milking within that first 12 to 18 hours. So by the time I milk her, it'll probably be 15 hours since birth. So, well, no, I take that back. It'll probably be closer to 18 hours, which is fine. I'm not like, I have plenty of colostrum. A lot of times if I need colostrum, I will try to milk them out a little bit sooner. Now, that does not mean that we are taking colostrum from the babies. This is a dairy goat, and the dairy goat is made to make more milk than her baby can even use. And so we allow those kids time to drink all the colostrum that they possibly can. And then, within, if I really need colostrum, within 12 hours at least, I am milking that dough, taking the colostrum in, and filtering it and freezing it, because you never know when you're going to need that colostrum on hand. We've actually needed it before when a doe we didn't know had pneumonia, freshened, didn't go into milk. That was a few years ago. That was Karma that did that. And that was pretty scary. But anyways, we had the colostrum on hand. So anyways, that it worked out really well that we had that. But if I didn't, there are colostrum replacers, but they're just not as good, obviously, as the real thing. So anyways, I have plenty of, fortunately, colostrum stocked up. I don't need it, so I will just plan on milking her out this evening. You can sit here and see her. She's just a beautiful doe, and I'm talking about Moon. And the baby, of course, but Moon is just so lovely. She's got nice depth of body, and I am just so excited about her. I have been for some time now, so I'm so happy. So in the last video, I talked about the respiratory illness going through the younger part of the herd. It's been, I think, a week, well, maybe a little over a week, and it's finally on its way out. It's been on its way out for the last couple days. I've got a couple that are lingering, coughing, but I'm just kind of watching them. Again, supportive care, lots of vitamins, and just watching them. No one over the age of 1 got it. So that's interesting. That means that whatever it is, the older girls have probably been, well, not probably, they have been exposed to it, and they fought it off and didn't get it, which is such a blessing, especially for those that are in milk. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, so last year we had some respiratory stuff, but it wasn't bad, actually. It was just a couple of them, but then that's when barber pole hit. So, I'm real weird about the barber pole thing, which I should be, because it got a couple of them. But, I went back and forth. We are a show herd, and we do go to fairs, and we do show. And we don't love it when the public comes and touches the goats, and the only reason is because they'll be over here at these pens touching these goats that aren't from our farm, and we don't, and you touch them, and then you go to the next pen, and that's a different herd, and then you make your way to our pen, and that's a different herd, and you don't know what germs are on your hands. You don't know that those other herds aren't getting sick or have something going on, and then you're bringing it to another herd. So this is a public service announcement. At fairs, it's actually, I know it's fun to pet the goats, and it's so awesome to see them, but at fair time, us breeders that are there for showing and for premium money, we don't want to bring germs and respiratory illness back. And so for that reason, we decided, Kaden and myself both, decided that it was time we look into doing a pneumonia vaccine. Now, I've never done that before. We've only ever done just the CD&T vaccine, and that's a shot, subcutaneously under the skin. But the pneumonia vaccine is actually given intranasal, which means it goes up their nose. And it fights off several different respiratory illnesses. So we have done that to the entire herd already. We did it kind of late, so I'm hoping we don't have to do a booster. And and then I've got another thing that I'm going to give, and neither one of them have milk withdrawal. And so that was why I chose to go with a certain vaccine that I'm going with. And then also it's called Bobby Sarah. It's something that a friend of mine from Fable Hill Farms, she's got a YouTube channel, Kaylin Hansen, has we've talked, and Bobby Sarah is like, it's an immune booster. And so I think now, before every show we go to, I'm going to start giving the Bobby Sarah. I didn't do it this time because I thought we were fine. I didn't really, honestly, I didn't even think about it because it's not, a habit. Well, now I'm pretty dead set. Anyone going to a show on the way out will get a Bobby Sarah shot. I don't know if that'll be at the time of loading, the day before, but it lasts, I think, 7 to 21 days. I could be wrong about that. I know 7. So anyways, that's kind of what I'm going with. It's something new. I don't know if it's going to work. I have no idea, but I'm trying it. So if you're a show herd, and you've never heard of that, look into it. You don't need a prescription, and hopefully it will help us. But again, it's more of an immune booster. It's not medication chemical, and it's there's no milk withdrawal. So that is a very beautiful thing for those of us who have dairy goats and milk and drink their milk. So I wanted to kind of share that with you. But we're so happy that the respiratory illness is on its way out. It was really not fun at all. And you worry about the little kids, and especially like Clover, who was born a whole week early, and even Callie's, who were born 5 days early. It's just not a good thing. So you just don't want that going on in your herd. And so again, when you're out at these fairs and you see a dairy goat show or whatever kind of show, it might be a good practice to just kind of keep in mind, I know they're cute, but let's not touch them, or maybe ask the person that owns them before you pet them. Definitely don't feed them anything. That's what petting zoos are for. And, at a show, it's not a petting zoo. So, that is my public service announcement for the day. So anyways, like I said, we're super excited about this little girl that was just born. We are almost done with our 2024 kidding season. Lila is due the end of July, and then that will wrap it up for us. And so, will I stagger as much as I did this year, next year? I don't know. I know that majority will probably be born in March and April of next year. At least that's my plan. But I've got a couple other ideas up my sleeve that we might try as well. So we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us more than you know. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. We will, just continue to rock and roll here, and we're looking forward to a really exciting show season. As you saw in the last video, our show season has started out really, really, really well, and so we're very happy with that. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and until we see you again, I hope you guys have an awesome goat field day.